we have Australia's largest range of tyre brands and sizes. Find a cheaper identical tyre locally stocked and we'll beat it. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
Tonight at Lakeside Stadium, South Melbourne FC is proud to be promoting Fatality Free Friday on May the 27th. And we've got our major partners, Bob Jane T-Marts, here with us tonight for this big match against Pascoe Vale. Johnny, it's a rematch of last year's preliminary final, South Melbourne hosting Pascoe Vale. And it's fair to say that South's had the better form of the two sides, but Pascoe Vale probably underachieved so far in 2016, has a lot to offer.
You'd be right on that, David, but let's not forget Pascoe Vale has a lot to play for tonight. Of course, you reminded me of that preliminary final, that immense preliminary final, which South was very lucky to get over the line against Pascoe Vale, these opponents tonight. I'm sure they'll be fired up, and I hope our boys will be fired up as well for tonight's match.
Crowd in good voice early in this game, John, as Pascoe Vale looked to build from the back. Ferrante delivering that one long and high. Luke Adams deals with it for the moment. Santillion hard, finds Van Skip. Van Skip, so dangerous in 2015, gives it back to Santilli. Now cuts it inside, chance for Van Skip. Great save for Raganovic. All reflexes there with his feet. That looked goal-bound for sure.
So, surely was goal-bound, and there was a nice opportunity from Pascoe Vale, the first of the match. Look at that, David, with the legs, both legs, in fact, making the save. Raganovic there.
And taking that one quickly there, Norton gives it to Epifano. The deflection on the cross. Now Chance lines it up. Oh, for Sheeny. That one looked goal-bound off the boot. Took a big deflection, and it's out for a corner. Opportunity, but keeping his feet for Sheeny to Miller. Now Schroen, good ball forward, chance for Lujic. Lujic plays it inside, and that one's gone in. A couple of appeals for a back pass, and it's been paid. Oh, dear me, John, an indirect free kick for the back pass. And standing over the ball, a chance for Schroen and Epifano. And Schroen lines it up, it's going to be Epifano, and it's off the head, the inside of the post cleared. Chance again for Epifano, and that is surely a handball. Yes, no hesitation from the referee. I think it was Milatovic in front of Joseph Youssef. Definitely a handball. It was like an old footy-style smother, and there is the red card. No surprises there. No choice for the referee. A handball on the line to prevent the goal, and it is a penalty.
Well, it's been very chaotic, hasn't it? Hasn't it been, David? Look at that from the resulting indirect free kick. I think Epifano's shot actually goes and hits the post and bounces back. Miller has a shot scrambled off the line. It falls to Epifano. His goal-bound shot is tipped over with his hands by Milatovic. That is definitely a red card, and it's unfortunate for Pascoe Vale, but it is the right decision. There it is. It definitely did come off the post. It wasn't headed off there on the line by defender. That one should have been headed off the line by defender there. I think Youssef was behind there, but instead of Youssef heading it over for a corner kick and saving the day, Milatovic puts his hand up and tips that over. The referee has to send the player off and give South a penalty. There it is, the clear handball. And Nick Epifano is going to take this spot kick. Let's see if he can put South ahead.
Well, Epifano to give South a huge advantage, and saved by Pavlidis and cleared away, and that is a big moment in this game. A 10-man Pascoe Vale were looking at a deficit early in the game, and that was a good stop by Pavlidis.
Well, Milatovic's decision to get himself sent off has been justified, David, because his goalkeeper Pavlidis has made the save. First time that Epifano's had a penalty saved here at South Melbourne.
Lujic keeps his feet. Lujic was looking for the free kick, not paid, but it doesn't matter. Schroen plays that one forward, chance for Epifano. Pavlidis has come, dangerous. Epifano tries to play it in. He wanted Lujic, but he couldn't reach him. And Pascoe Vale out of danger for the moment. Corona flicks that one up the line to Miller. Miller attempting to juggle and attempting to find Theodore, and ball ping-pongs around for a moment. Now comes Van Skip. Van Skip across to Joseph Youssef. Youssef. Santilli. Ooh, Santilli. It looked dangerous off the boot, but it fizzed out in front of Raganovic and bounced up easily to him. Youssef heads on. Ball played into space there. An opportunity now. Lazaridis in front for Pascoe Vale. Chance on the left foot to put in a cross, and that's disappointing. He's put that straight at Raganovic and no danger there. Lined up at the free kick. Tall Timber getting forward. Dangerous ball in towards the back post. Chance contested. Van Skip in close and cleared off the line there. Raganovic with a reflex save, and eventually South Melbourne out of jail again.
Well, it's another combination here which results in Davey Van Schip getting a header on target this time. That's the second time he's gotten the ball on target, and again Raganovic with his legs has made another very big save and keeping South level at 0-0.
Norton's corner. Space for Adams. Adams with the header and cleared off the line there by Pavlidis. Got down quickly to his left. Fairly comfortable save, but still had to get to it.
Comfortable save from Pavlidis, the goalkeeper, and I think Lazaridis would have cleared this off the line anyway. Nevertheless, a good opportunity for South and a header on target from Luke Adams, the centre-back.
Now Schroen this time on the left foot. Again to the far post. The header goes down and that one's out for a goal kick. Reached it nicely but couldn't direct it. And we are underway in the second half. South Melbourne didn't capitalise when they probably should have. They've had some chances and they might get another one straight away in this second half. The turnover's gone straight into Miller. Miller with options in the middle. Miller and beaten away by Pavlidis, and Epifano was lurking. He had an empty net in front of him but he couldn't get through the Pascoe Vale defender. Theodore switches it. Now Fashini to Corona. Corona wide. Miller. Matthew Miller still going in. Schroen tees up Matthew Theodore and juggled for a moment there by Pavlidis but gobbled up as Milos Lujic charged towards the rebound.
Well, it's another opportunity for South set up here by Marcus Schroen to Matty Theodore. He usually likes those shots from long distance and he usually puts them in the corner. Unfortunately, Pavlidis makes a save on this occasion.
Schroen's ball in, that one deflects up high and that's gone over the bar for another goal kick. Michael Eager trying to repeat that wonderful moment from last year's prelim. Miller and Epifano again from the short corner. Epifano with the left foot, and that one's parried away. Might get another opportunity here through Miller, and eventually they get it away.
Well, it's another save from Pavlidis, this time at his near post, which of course he shouldn't be beaten at, David, as Epifano has a fierce shot which is on target, and it's beaten away by the goalkeeper.
Pavlidis flicks that one high. Had some issues with his kicking tonight, but definitely no problems there for Santilli. And Lucas Santilli, he had the whole acre in front of him and really should have done better with that. Matthew Theodore coming off. Good effort tonight from him, but unable to find anything. On comes Lemanopoulos. Bradley Norton flicks that one high towards the far post. Headed across by Milos Lujic into the roof of the net. And Pavlidis getting himself tangled there. Header not quite dealt with. Now Santilli's got Van Skip. Opportunities against the run of play. A chance for them now. That ball deflected and cleared back. Another shot played in. Raganovic sees it comfortably, picks it up comfortably. And Raganovic looking for the high one here. He wants Menopoulos. Now Matthew Miller. Miller, who's lost that one, Matt Miller. It was Joseph Youssef who got in the way. That one switched out. There's a bit of space here. Lucas Santilli's got options in the middle. Santilli, low cross. He wanted Van Skip. Van Skip over the top of it. Left it for Joseph Youssef, and it's 1-0 Pascoe Vale. Well, they score with 10 men here, John, against South Melbourne. And he loves that. Lucas Santilli really fired up. And Joseph Youssef, he was never going to miss that. It was a clever lead by Van Skip. It was a good goal by Pascoe Vale. And South Melbourne with a bit of trouble here.
And it's a long tradition, David, of ex-South people scoring against us as well. It's a nice goal, though, from Pascoe Vale. They've certainly worked this very nicely, and they deserve a goal, quite frankly. Santilli with a nice cross. Great dummy there as well. Good awareness from Van Schip, knowing that Joseph Youssef, who initially won the ball in midfield, was lurking there, and he beats Amadou Koroma to the ball and prods that past Raganovic. Not much the goalkeeper can do about that. But, David, this all started from the ball lost in midfield from South. Look at all that space there for Joey Youssef just to smack that home. Nice dummy from Van Skip. Good goal from Pascoe Vale, and South have it all to do now.
Well, Menopoulos, if they're hoping to win this game, South Melbourne, and really that's got to be the aim. They have to get moving quickly because time can expire. Here comes Menopoulos. Menopoulos on the left foot, dealt with initially by Pavlidis. In comes Matthew Miller with the follow-up shot and smothered and cleared. And Pascoe Vale, well, you'd expect them quite reasonably. They're definitely going to start parking the bus now as Norton plays that one out wide. Miller, Epifano. He's got an opportunity here with Norton running in. Epifano goes line on the right foot. Epifano, a chance falls for Norton, and he's put it over. And Bradley Norton couldn't get that one on target. A golden opportunity. They could hit back quickly there, South, but unfortunately Bradley Norton misses his mark.
Well, apart from the penalty, it's the best chance that South has had. Another spill here from Pavlidis, and it falls to Brad Norton. Goes for the near post and blasts it over. He should have gone for the far post. Milos Lujic is very upset at the far post as well. South still behind.
Eager out wide. Epifano still finding space. Epifano. All he needs is one good ball. Epifano left foot across the face and cleared before it could reach Milos Lujic. Another substitution. South Melbourne recognising they need to change things up. Marcus Schroen makes his way to the bench. On comes Iki Jawadi. That one played from Fashini. to Adams. Now Norton. Inside, Miller gives it back to Norton. Norton, left foot, goes towards the keeper, parried down by Pavlidis. Another chance here. Miller goes through, Miller, and cleared off the line, and Pascoe Vale still hang on to that lead, and South simply can't break through.
Well, Pavlidis, he's kept a clean sheet so far, but he's been parrying everything and presenting South with a lot of opportunities. On this occasion, it's Matthew Miller who eventually wriggles himself into a bit of space and puts that past Pavlidis on target as well. But Peter Deng there, the defender, on the line to clear the danger. Pascoe Vale still with the advantage.
Monopolis. He's got Miller running. He's got options in the middle. Eventually gives it to Epifano. Epifano going through. Now again Miller. Inside. Monopolis. Monopolis' shot. And gloved by Pavlidis. Another chance goes begging for South. And Skip lays it back. And there won't be any great rush here, Pascoe Vale. Again, Van Skip. So dangerous. So good in 2015. Hasn't found that form again quite so far this year, but he's teed up a great chance here for Lucas Santilli. And Lucas Santilli got round the defence, got onto the left foot, but got it straight at Raganovic. And they get going again here, Pascoe Vale. Well, they really are desperate and determined. This man, Van Skip, is leading the charge for them. And an opportunity here, golden opportunity presents itself. Lovely ball, plays Van Skip through. Now a chance, it sits up. Could it be 2-0? No, Raganovic. Unbelievable save with the outstretched hand, and the opportunity comes in from Ferrante for a follow-up, and that's been tipped wide again by Raganovic.
Well, David, Nikola Raganovic has been simply outstanding tonight. If it wasn't for him, South could have conceded a lot more. This is a fantastic save from the substitute Prelevic, sticking the right hand out. That's an instinct save right there. Brilliant save, and Brad Norton eventually clearing the danger. Falls to Ferrante as well, who had the chance to also score, but Brad Norton was there to clear it off the line if Raganovic didn't make the save initially. So you see there, what a brilliant save from Raganovic. Falling to Ferrante, Brad Norton had it covered anyway, but Raganovic, for the theatrics of it all, makes a brilliant double save.
Well, a final roll of the dice for South Melbourne. It's getting late in the piece. Chris Irwin coming on, Amadou Karoma coming off. It's a winger for a defender. That one goes up the line. Van Skip keeps it alive. Prelevic bumps off Jawadi, goes with the left foot, and that just snuck under Raganovic. They're not sure if deflected. No, it's a goal kick. Miller takes it quickly. It's panic stations for South. They need something. Miller, Epifano, seconds ticking away. Epifano keeps his feet. Chance now for Matt Miller. And Matt Miller with time and space. Got it on target, but couldn't do anything deadly with it. Pavlidis picks it up, and surely, yes, in fact, there it is. He doesn't even get his kick away. It is over here at Lakeside Stadium. Pascoe Vale against the odds. You can see what it means to them. They've had a rough year. They've exacted some revenge for that disappointing defeat in the prelim last year. Jake Nukic is really giving it to the South Melbourne fans. Well, you might expect that, John. They've definitely won one against the odds here today.
They certainly have, and I think it's avenged their defeat in the preliminary final. Look, David, what can you say? It's South had lots of chances. They had an extra man for the majority of the game, and they couldn't score past Pascoe Vale, and Pascoe Vale really dug deep and got a deserved goal, I thought, and probably could have had more in the end. So, but unfortunately, South couldn't come to the party, and it's a bad defeat at home.
This week's Melbourne City Toyota Player of the Match award goes to a man who, despite a difficult result, had a great night in goals. Well done, Nikola Raganovic. Against 10 men for 70 minutes, and you don't usually walk away with nothing after that.
Look, it was a very disappointing result, but at the end of the day, we just weren't good enough in the final third, and we had plenty of chance to score. I think a lot of teams just grow that extra leg when they go down to 10 men, so I think it was quite difficult to break them down. They were pretty well organised, a lot of experience in the middle. And they had a couple of chances themselves, but it was just one of those disappointing games, but we just got to rest up, recover, and build to next week.
As bad as the result is, this side's had bad results before, and we generally bounce back very well. So do you take some confidence perhaps from the fact that the side usually responds very well in times of poor results like this?
Yeah, look, the boys have been great all year since I come to the club last year. The boys have been fantastic, and I think you can't win every single game, so you're going to have one of those bad nights. We've had a couple of bad nights this year. We have been lucky as well. Some other games, especially against Avondale, we're quite lucky to get away with a win there as well. So I think we have faith in each other and the playing group to definitely bounce back and get the result.
Look to your own game tonight. You made a couple of very nice saves, including a really sharp double save late in the game there that kept us in with a chance that unfortunately we couldn't take. But, is it the kind of game where you were hoping you might be able to lift the boys with your performances at the back?
Oh, look, I go into each and every game just trying to give 100%, try to prepare as well as I can throughout the week. I love putting on the South Melbourne shirt and giving 100% for the club. And all I can do is do my best, and hopefully, that motivates the boys. But look, they're all professional anyway. Some of the boys have played professionally before, and I think, just to play for the club is enough motivation to do well. So I think, on a personal note, week in, week out, I just try to build some consistency and do well for the boys. That's all I can do.
Nicola, it's a disappointing night, but all we can do is put it behind us and hopefully bounce back next week and get the 3 points and get back on track.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's one of those games. 90 minutes is done now. It's in the past. We can't really do much now to change it. Can definitely look back at the video and maybe just make some adjustments the next week. But again, the fans were fantastic for coming out, always supporting the boys, and we definitely appreciate it through hard times. But all we can do is repay their faith and hopefully get the 3 points next week.